Hello everyone, life is short and your gaming backlog is long. But don't worry, today we're counting down 20 flawless indie masterpieces that scored a perfect 10 out of 10. These are the unforgettable titles you absolutely must play before you die. Well, let's get into the list. Coming in at number 20 is Katana 0, a game that makes you feel like a futuristic bathrobe-wearing samurai who has had way too much coffee. This neo-noir action game is all about speed and precision. You can slow down time to deflect bullets back at bad guys and slash through rooms in a flash. The catch? You die in exactly one hit. If you mess up, you just rewind the tape and try again. It is stylish, fast, has an amazing synthwave soundtrack, and features a story that will completely melt your brain, perfect for a quick, bloody adrenaline rush. At number 19, we have Dave the Diver, which asks the ultimate question, what if a relaxing vacation turned into a full-time job? By day, you dive into a beautiful, ever-changing ocean to harpoon fish and dodge aggressive sharks. By night, you run a bustling sushi restaurant, serving the fish you just caught to hungry customers. The game loop is incredibly addictive because just when you think you are done, it throws a giant squid boss or an underwater village at you. It is cozy, funny, and will make you crave a spicy tuna roll.
Pray.
Number 18 is RimWorld, a game that proves the animal kingdom is terrifying. You play as a cute little slug cat just trying to find your family. Sounds adorable, right? Wrong. Everything in this broken world wants to eat you. The artificial intelligence of the predators is incredibly smart. They hunt each other, they camp out for you, and they will ruin your day. You have to hunt for food, dodge deadly monsters, and find shelter before a massive torrential rainstorm floods the entire map. It is brutal, stressful, but deeply rewarding when you survive. Coming in at 17 is Deep Rock Galactic, the ultimate game for anyone who loves space, mining, and screaming rock and stone at total strangers. You and up to 3 friends play as gruff space dwarves sent into dark, dangerous caves to mine shiny gems. The catch? The caves are filled with endless waves of giant, angry alien bugs. You have to shoot your way out, extract the loot, and make it to the escape pod before the timer runs out. It is one of the best co-op shooters ever made, especially after sharing a virtual beer back at the space station. Sitting at 16 is Cuphead, a game that looks like a beautiful 1930s cartoon but plays like an absolute nightmare. You play as a literal cup who gambled away his soul to the devil, and now you have to collect debts from crazy, screen-filling bosses to pay him back. The jazz music is fantastic, and the hand-drawn art is stunning, but don't let that fool you. You will die hundreds of times to flying carrots, angry slot machines, and giant birds. It is a brutal test of your gaming reflexes, but beating a boss feels like winning the lottery. At number 15, we have The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, the undisputed king of random items and crying babies. You play as Isaac, running away from your crazy mom into a monster-filled basement. Your primary weapon? Your own tears. As you clear out creepy rooms, you collect hundreds of bizarre items like a coat hanger or creepy eyes that stack together to completely break the game. One run you are a weak kid, and the next you are a laser-firing demon of destruction. It is dark, gross, infinitely replayable, and will keep you hooked for hundreds of hours. Claiming the number 14 spot is Vampire Survivors, the cheapest digital addiction known to mankind. The gameplay is hilariously simple. You just move a little pixel character around and your weapons attack completely on their own. But within 5 minutes, the screen fills up with literally thousands of bats, ghosts, and skeletons. You pick up green gems to level up and evolve your weapons into a giant wall of non-stop explosions. It requires almost no brain power, but the sudden rush of flashing lights and chest rewards will completely erase your afternoon. And capping off this section at 13 is Shovel Knight, a massive love letter to old-school NES platformers. You play as a small knight armed with, well, a literal shovel. You bounce on enemies' heads, dig up buried treasure chests, and tackle a colorful group of evil knights. The game feels exactly like a classic retro game, but without the annoying mechanics that made you throw your controller as a kid. The chiptune music is incredibly catchy, the level design is brilliant, and the overall charm proves you don't need 4K graphics to make a true masterpiece. At number 12 is ULTRAKILL, a game that asks, what if a blue robot went to hell and used blood as literal gasoline? This retro first-person shooter is so fast it will give your eyeballs a workout. You play as V1, sliding, dashing, and blasting through the layers of hell. The coolest mechanic? You heal by getting showered in fresh enemy blood, meaning you have to play super aggressively. You can even punch your own shotgun bullets to make them explode. It is still in early access, but just got a massive visual revamp. It is pure, unfiltered chaos for your brain. Sliding into number 11 is Dead Cells, the ultimate just one more run simulator. You play as a headless pile of purple goo that takes over a dead soldier's body to escape a giant, mutating island prison. The combat here is fast and smooth. You roll, dodge, and slash through monsters using a massive pool of swords, bows, and crazy traps. Every time you die, you lose your gold, but you keep special cells to unlock permanent upgrades. It is a tough but incredibly fair loop that makes losing feel like a minor speed bump on your way to becoming a god. Taking the number 10 spot is Disco Elysium, The Final Cut. This isn't your typical RPGs. Your biggest weapon here is your mouth, and your worst enemy is your own brain. You play as a messy detective who wakes up with total amnesia after partying way too hard. You have to solve a murder mystery while arguing with 24 different voices inside your own head. You can become a brilliant detective, a total hobo, or just try to sing bad karaoke. It is hilarious, incredibly well written, and a total masterpiece for anyone who loves a great story.
There are cases to be solved.
At number 9, we have Risk of Rain 2, a game that teaches you that time is literally money. You crash land on a hostile alien planet and have to find a teleporter to escape. The twist? A timer constantly ticks up, and the longer you take, the harder the monsters get. You survive by opening chests and stacking ridiculous items, like turning your bullets into chain lightning or exploding teddy bears. Play it with friends, and it quickly turns into a beautiful, chaotic mess where you can barely see the screen through all the flashing lasers. It is pure gaming joy. Securing number 8 is the legendary duo Slay the Spire 1 and 2. The first game practically invented the modern card battling roguelike, where you build a deck of attacks and defense to climb a dangerous tower. But the big news is the brand new sequel, Slay the Spire 2, which just hit early access this year. It brings insane new characters like a sassy skeleton lich, crazy new mechanics, and a wild 4-player co-op mode so you can blame your friends when your deck completely bricks. It is the ultimate card game addiction, now with teamwork. Holding strong at number 7 is Celeste, a beautiful platformer about climbing a literal and emotional mountain. You play as Madeline, trying to conquer Mount Celeste while dealing with severe anxiety and an evil gothic mirror version of herself, which honestly sounds like a terrible therapy session. The controls are perfect, but the rooms are a brutal nightmare of deadly spikes. You will die thousands of times, but the game restarts so fast you won't even have time to yell your favorite curse word. It is a masterpiece that will break your thumbs but heal your soul. At number 6, we have Balatro, the poker game that turned half the internet into absolute gambling addicts. You don't need to know real poker to play this because it's not about playing a fair game, it's about cheating. You collect wild joker cards that give you insane multipliers and break the math completely. Before you know it, a simple pair of 2s is scoring 1 billion points and flashing like a casino slot machine. It is simple, beautifully designed, and the absolute best way to ruin your productivity. Coming in at number 5 is Outer Wilds, a space exploration game that gives you the ultimate cosmic deadline. You are a rookie astronaut exploring a tiny, beautiful solar system. The big catch? The local sun explodes and kills you every 22 minutes, resetting you back to the start. There are no traditional upgrades or guns here. Your only real weapon is your own curiosity and knowledge. You decode ancient alien text, pilot a shaky spaceship, and solve an amazing mystery. It is a masterpiece you can only truly experience once. Landing at number 4 is Stardew Valley, the cozy farming game that somehow turns everyone into stressed out corporate managers. You inherit your grandpa's old, messy farm, and your only goal is to clean it up, plant some berries, and make friends with the local villagers. It sounds incredibly peaceful, but within a week you will be awake at 2 in the morning with a spreadsheet, trying to maximize your pumpkin profits. It is beautiful, sweet, endlessly charming, and proof that digital manual labor is somehow the best therapy. Taking the number 3 spot is the legendary duo of Hollow Knight and its massive sequel, Silksong. After years of fans wearing literal clown makeup while waiting, we finally got to play Hornet's acrobatic adventure. Both games are gorgeous, hand-drawn Metroidvanias where you explore a huge underground kingdom of bugs with swords. The platforming is tight, the music is beautiful, and the bosses will beat you up so bad you will cry. It is a challenging but perfect journey that defines what indie games can do.
You might think this colony...
Snagging the number 2 spot is RimWorld, a sci-fi colony simulator that the internet affectionately calls a war crime simulator. You manage a small group of crash-landed survivors trying to build a new home on a dangerous planet. An artificial intelligence storyteller throws random events at you like killer robots, toxic fallout, or mad chinchillas. The gameplay is insanely deep, leading to wild stories where your chef goes crazy because his bedroom is too cold. It is dark, hilariously complex, and endlessly replayable.
On a ship to set us free. But there will be no escape today. This is my base.
And finally, at number 1, we have the ultimate royal family drama, Hades 1 and 2. Supergiant Games did the impossible by making a sequel that lives up to the original masterpiece. Whether you are playing as Zagreus dashing out of hell or his sister Melinoa using dark witchcraft, the action is smooth as butter. You hack and slash through gorgeous dungeons, talk to a cast of incredibly attractive Greek gods, and get stronger every time you die. It is the perfect roguelike package with a god-tier soundtrack and 0 flaws. That's all for today's list. Subscribe and like for more new and exciting indie games. That's it, and see you next time.